Good morning, everyone. My name is Mehul Patel and I'm from GDG Nasik. Welcome to the third webinar of Google Cloud Next Extended series hosted by GDG West India. I really would like to welcome our today's speaker, Mr. Shashank Todwal, who is founder and CEO of UMS Tech Lab. Also, he's a Google Cloud partner as well, and he's ex-Googler as well. So he has, work inclusive with the community. And to know more about him, you can check out the event bio. Guys, feel free to drop if you have any questions. You can drop in the comment box. We will definitely answer them during the session or by end of the closing out for sure. Before that, please don't subscribe to this channel, and because we really don't miss you to any of our upcoming talks. Also, I think we still have some time. Why don't you guys share this streaming link to your friends, right? So they will quickly join over here. So without further ado, let's jump and just dive in. Over to you, Shashank.
Great. I hope everyone is able to see my screen. Great. All right. Good morning. My name is Shashank. Thank you so much, Mehul, for that lovely introduction. Thank you, GDG. Thank you, Google Cloud Next team, for having us present this topic and very interesting topic. Something which is very close to my heart because it's about automating so many things, right? And just to set the context, right, and I'll bring everyone onboarded to where I'm coming from. And basically, UMS Tech Labs is the company name. We are a Google Cloud partner, and we are known in the market for cloud telephony and streamlining customer communication. And we are the only company in the world to offer IVR call recordings, WhatsApp calls, missed calls, PBX over Google Sheets. This is what we do. This has been our journey, 9 years plus. Super specialization in Google Cloud. That's all we do. We don't do anything else. We are extremely focused only on Google Cloud tech. And about 9 lakh users that have been provisioned on G Suite, which is the productivity and collaboration suite, which I believe most of you would know about. And we are going to delve a bit more into that suite itself. And 1,500 plus happy customers. That's what we have. And we have engineering teams developing on G Suite. And we are a technology partner to multiple other Google Cloud partners. And that is what, that is where we are in the equation of the Google Cloud ecosystem. And these are some of our customers, like BITS Pilani is one of them, Tata Sky, Uber, OLX, Fracto, about 1,500 now overall. And coming to the products that, we are into, obviously Google Cloud, we do a lot of development on top of GCP as a platform. Then G Suite is the base product on which we develop Chromebook, Chrome Enterprise, Google for Education. And then we have plethora of apps around cloud telephony, call center, missed calls, IVR solutions, WhatsApp, all of this hosted on GCP, right? So this is what we do. Now, something interesting that we offer for other Google Cloud partners also is something that we are going to show today. And that is basically the Chatbot Builder, which is actually hosted on GCP, of course. And then we have the dial-in number also for Google Meet, which is also, quite in demand these days because of the remote working solutions generally being so much in demand. This is what we offer as an overall ecosystem partner. Now, let me set the context and where I'm coming from. And before I do that, maybe, Mehul, if you would like to quickly share some of the questions, right, that we have so that we know this is what, people, I mean, the kind of people that we have today on the audience, if you can get a sense of the audience. I have, I think Mehul will quickly share some questions before we get on to the main topic. Mehul, could you do that?
Done that.
Okay, so I'll just give about 30 seconds to make sure that everyone is onboarded correctly. And I know some people are still joining in. I can see a lot of comments on YouTube as we speak. Okay, so basically the question first is, as we speak, how many of you use Gmail for your business? I'm sure a lot of you, right? Must be using Gmail for your business. How many of you use Google Sheets for your business? Have you actually explored Google Sheets for your business? That is the second question. The third question is, how many of you have actually explored the ML and AI capabilities of Google Sheets? Have you actually fiddled around with the AI ML capabilities of Google Sheets? Or generally for G Suite, right? Even in Gmail, there is like a lot of machine learning that actually happens, right? Whenever like you get emails, Google actually can automatically, scan those emails and tell you, how important those emails are for you, etc. So that's like an example of machine learning in G Suite, right? The next question is, how many of you actually have used chats or Google Chat or chat rooms for your business? Have you explored chat rooms, Google Chat, chatbots till date? Right? And so these are like some questions around the tools that, that is like the context of this agenda, the thing that I'm going to talk about. But more importantly, let's come to the business context of this, right? How many of you think or believe that you are actually missing on inquiries, right? The sales inquiries that you get. Maybe your team gets it, you get it directly on your phone calls, on your emails, and you like, because all of us are so busy, right? We tend to forget. You feel that is a genuine problem for you? Or maybe even for some businesses, support is very critical and you just like miss on some support cases, right? Someone actually asks for some help and you are like, you just forgot. And not just you forgetting, right? It's also your team, which has to keep up with the pace, keep up with so many different requests that come flying here and there. So how do you make sure that you don't miss on any of the work, generally speaking? Right? This is on the business side. The other question that you need to ask is, how do you get details out of your different systems, right? Now, today, it's a world of different systems, right? Like every company has different warehouse system, a different ERP system, a different e-commerce site, a different website or whatever, a mobile app. You have so many different systems which are actually independently, they are working on great. But if I tell you, okay, get me some data around, this, around that, and how does this look across the board for maybe, how does the data look for, a particular entry in that ERP system, which actually closed because of your website, right? I mean, the correlation between your website and ERP, your mobile app, your CRM, right? This is a common pain point that we experience after dealing with almost 1,500 customers. Everyone is suffering with these disintegrated systems, and that is exactly what I'm going to cover today is the interesting topic of connected systems and the advantage that you get when you actually connect all of these systems together. It's huge, and so that is where, let me set the context. AI ML is the basis for most of the Google products. It's just that businessmen need to know them to leverage them, and that is what we are going to cover today. And that is where partners, Google Cloud partners like us, actually come in to help you understand the additional capabilities of G Suite. The other point is, most of the work happens over communication channels, especially chat, right? Example, while you discuss a sales lead on chat, it would certainly ensure your inquiries don't get missed out if you can put it in CRM from chat itself, right? So if you are actually able to work within chat, the probability of missing out on some inquiries is very low. And if you guys don't know, Google Chat is the enterprise chat with full data security, archival, and control available. So it's not like, the WhatsApps of the world where, you absolutely have no control over the data, right? I know a lot of businesses like to or work with WhatsApp, but there is an inherent problem in that, right? It's good for like, maybe very, very small companies, but the moment you try to, you are like actually growing, the data security piece comes in. And just imagine if, the data that you are actually sharing on WhatsApp groups, etc., is actually circulated to your competitors, for instance. Or maybe, one of your employees just like taking away that data. Like you have absolutely no control over it. Whereas if you use Google Chat and Google Chat Rooms, you have full control on the data that you have, right? Because it is stored in the organization, and it doesn't, like, I mean, you have full policy enforcement mechanisms on that data. So you can enforce policies that, okay, don't allow this user to actually share this data outside the organization, right? And this is where we combine the power of G Suite's Google Chat capability, the chatbot capability, and we offer, as UMS, we have our own product called as Easy Chatbot Builder, and that we offer free of cost. That is what we are going to actually also see today. So it is a free of cost chatbot builder, which you can actually, using Google Sheets, you can actually build chatbots, and that is what we are going to experience today, right? The other thing is, like I mentioned, right, your data may not reside in G Suite as of now, and that's perfectly all right. We don't want the data to be residing in your G Suite. Rather, even if it's in like your SAP system, your CRM, your ERP, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. We can actually get it together on G Suite to do further analysis, further queries on that data, right? And then there is something very interesting that we are going to also show, and my colleague Chanchal and Hital are also there on the call, and they are going to show RPA, right? And how RPA can actually be employed for on-premise systems without any API support. So now, what is RPA? If you don't know, RPA is robotic process automation, right? So you can actually replace a human being doing a task with a robot, and that robot actually does exactly the same thing that a human being does. And this we put into great use in cases where there is no API support, right? If you know, if I have to integrate any X system with Y system, I need to have the API for the same, right? For both the systems, right? To be able to cross integrate the two systems. Suppose I don't have the API, right? Even in such cases, we have actually, like as UMS, we have gone ahead and found out this innovative solution wherein we employ robots to periodically get data out of a pure on-premise system which has no API support and put it into G Suite, and from there, you can talk to other systems. So all of these interesting things are there. So let me actually, without spending more time on this deck, I hate to do decks. I like to do more. I'm a more demo guy. So let me actually quickly hop onto the demo. And this is a sample Google Sheet data. Now let's quickly understand what this data is. Now this can be your data, right? It's just some random sample data. Across the regions, you have different reps, right? Shashank, Sushant, Ravi, Nikita, etc., etc. They are selling some items, your products or whatever. This is the unit that they have sold. This is the unit cost. This is the total amount, right? Now, suppose you were to actually analyze this data, how will you do it, right? You will actually put in maybe pivot tables. You will actually maybe do charts, so on and so forth, right? To better analyze this data. Right now, let me show you something that I'm not sure if you guys knew this, but Google is the pioneer, and Google is the only company I know of which has such an awesome machine learning capability or AI built-in explore button. Do you see this explore button? I'm hovering over to the right bottom, right? Explore. Now, when I click on this explore button, what really happens is Google automatically, now notice that I did not even give the range, okay? So Google automatically understands the structured data, and it can actually present to me all sorts of possible pivot tables, all sorts of possible graphs automatically. I did not do anything for this. All I did is I clicked on this button. That's it. Finish. It's so easy, right? Google has leveled the field for everyone, and there is no concept of an Excel expert now, right? Because everyone and anyone is now an Excel expert, right? You can slice and dice your data like you cannot imagine, right? So now, like for example, I can actually, this is an interesting report, right? This is the sales data. I want to know which rep had done how many units. So let's say I like this data. I just bring it here, and there you go. This data is, I just drag that data, and this pivot table is ready. And I can further on, I can drill down into the pivot table and kind of do more things. But yeah, essentially you get the point, right? I did not have to worry about how do I do this, how do I do that, what do I want, right? Is automatically known by Google. A, B, it is automatically giving me the solutions for that also, built in, without me doing anything, right? So yeah, so DJ has clocked the most number of units. Morgan has done so all of this. All of the per rep data has come in. Now, another interesting thing that will also come in is the charts. Right now, I may want to know the item-wise charts, and I just like again through machine learning, Google is intelligent enough to make these graphs. I just drag this graph, and voila, my graph is ready, right? So I don't need to do anything extra. It's all right here. Plus, suppose I don't like these pivot tables, there are more. So I can click on more and I have all possible sorts of pivot tables, right? Like region-wise average, sum of unit cost across the item. So like this, I can actually, so Google is actually also presenting to me, what kind of analysis should I actually be doing, right? So even that is part of this solution, right? Now, I deal with so many customers and they feel that G Suite equal to Gmail or Gmail for business. This is so cliched and this is so wrong. In fact, Gmail in G Suite is not even 5% of the overall solution. Allow me to say that. There are so many facilities like this one, right? The Explore button, which is so immensely useful for so many businesses. Now, not only this, I can actually ask my questions also. And if you notice, again, Google through its machine learning capabilities is actually presenting to me some possible questions also that I may be interested in knowing, right? So for example, so what percentage of item is pen, for example? Now this is a question that Google only presented to me, right? Through AI/ML, right? And this is the answer. Now, I know the answer. Let's say I want to actually go back and see what formula that Google used to actually calculate this. Then I can actually click on see formula, and this is the formula it actually used, right? Now I don't understand this formula. I don't need to understand this formula, right? Because I can ask questions in English. That's the beauty of Google, right? So I can actually say, give me total. I can actually type whatever question, total cost per rep, right? And let's see what it does. It has presented me the pivot table that we're talking about, right? And we can also say, give me the total item per rep, right? Now this is something that it did not perhaps make earlier. Okay, so give me total per rep. Okay, yeah, there you go. So it has actually done the total across the reps, and you can, you obviously it learns over time, so you need to like actually train it with like a lot of questions so that it over time it evolves. So just like a human being would actually answer your questions, this system can actually answer a lot of questions for you, right? So this is part A of what I wanted to show. That is the fact that you can actually analyze your data without knowing anything around Excel or Google Sheets. All you need to do is bring the data to Google Sheets. That's it. Now, this is where you will ask me, how do I get my data onto Google Sheets, right? My data resides in my ERP system, my data resides in my Tally, my data resides in my CRM, my data resides here, there, etc., right? All over the world. So how do I get that data here onto Google Sheets? And the answer to that question is, as you all know, all of the developer community, the answer is API support, right? And that is where API support is so critical onto each of these systems, right? So you can obviously just query that data, get the data and put it onto Google Sheet, right? Automatically through the API support that you will have of that software. And of course, you need the way to call that API through Google Cloud Platform, which obviously exists, right? However, what I want to interestingly show you is, suppose you don't have the API support, then what do you do, right? This is where we employ robots, right, to actually do this work for you all. And this is where I will actually have my colleague Chanchal. Chanchal, if you could quickly present your screen and show us one sample robot that you actually created for I think she is trying to take the data out of our own CRM. Chanchal, maybe you may have to just unmute yourself. And yeah, perfect. And yeah, Superb. I hope you are able to see. So I'm doing like two streams, like one is the YouTube and this is the Google Meet call. And by the way, I'll just quickly turn on the captions also. This is also another neat, ML feature within Google. And if you see whatever I'm saying now is in real time getting transcripted, right? So it is actually getting, typed. So speech to text is built into Google Meet. All I did is this button, turn on captions. That's it, right? So yes, so whatever now I'm speaking is now in real time getting converted into text. So yes, Chanchal, would you like to show how your robot can actually get data out of our CRM? And I'm assuming that our CRM, although it has API support, but purposely for the sake of demo, we are not going to use the API support. We are going to use the CRM, the UI of it, and periodically we can actually fetch the data and keep fetching the data for and putting it into Google Sheet. Yes, Chanchal, over to you. Can you start the robot? Yeah. So now all Chanchal does is she starts the robot. And this can be, of course, scheduled every 15 minutes, 20 minutes. It can be scheduled, and it automatically now opens my CRM. Right. All of whatever you are seeing now on Chanchal's screen is fully automated. Okay. So it's actually typing in the username password from the UI. It actually goes into that opportunities in my CRM, and then it actually clicks on actions and then export, and then it actually exports the data into CSV. All of this is not driven by Chanchal. Okay. This is all automated, fully automated, and it is the magic of robot doing all of your work for you, right? And this is our Google Sheet that Chanchal has here. And this Google Sheet has now opened up, and any moment now the CSV data that was downloaded by the robot will be now pasted onto this Google Sheet. Any moment you will be able to see that. There you go, done, right? How much time did it take? Exactly about less than a minute. And just imagine if you are able to run the same code every 15 minutes, half an hour, etc. It's almost real time that all of your data, even if you have a system which does not have API support, can actually put the data onto Google Sheets. So this is what RPA can do for you and for your business. Amazing. Thank you so much, Chanchal. So I hope you get the sense of it. And like this, I would now like to quickly jump on to the next item on the agenda, and that is the Chatbot POC, right? The Chatbot, a sample that Chatbot that we actually made. Now, the interesting thing about this is, again, just like Chanchal showed, the data from CRM is exported into a Google Sheet. Now, this is that Google Sheet, let's assume for the time being. Now, I can actually make a chatbot on top of this Google Sheet by our product, okay? And this is the chatbot builder product that we have, right? And the idea of this product is that from Google Sheet, right? From Google Sheet itself, you are able to make a chatbot, right? That's the beauty of it. Now, most of your requirements can be done through like menu-like things, and that is why we have the concept of menus. What we have done is each sheet is actually a menu, right? So each sheet can basically, like if I do add a new sales opportunity, that goes to menu 1.1, for example, this one, right? So if someone selects, so this is what is the question, like welcome to CRM bot. This is a CRM bot, and we exported the CRM data onto this, and now on top of this, we want to actually build the bot, right? So the question that I want whenever someone actually starts this bot is this question. So welcome to CRM bot. Please tell me how can I help you? And the possible options that show up there are 1, 2, 3, right? These add a new sales opportunity, update existing sales opportunity, or ask your own question, right? This is where we go a little more into the ML features of all of this, the natural language processing that exists as a part of the chatbot. But yeah, overall, this is what it is, and this is what will make very natural sense to you because, it's all Google Sheets, right? So you don't need to learn a new builder to make your chatbots. All you need to do is follow the structure, question, and possible options in each of the menus, and that's how you can actually make your chatbot, right? Now, coming to this option, let's say the user selects this option, it goes to menu 1.1. User selects this, it goes to menu 1.3, so on and so forth. Now from menu 1.3, it says how can I help you, and then and any is like a variable, whatever he types in, and then from here it goes to menu 1.3.1, that is this one. So whatever he types in here goes to this menu, and then one code is one of our web services called, and whatever that web service gets the response as, gets displayed as the response, and then it says, do you have any other question? And then possible options are yes and no, and let's say he does yes, then it goes to menu 1.3. If he says no, then you just display menu thank you. That's it. So it is a tree structure based on what options the user selects. You can actually build on those options, and you can have unlimited number of sheets. Of course, it's not like purely unlimited, but yeah, virtually unlimited. I would say that yes, for your chatbots, your Google, the number of worksheets that are allowed by Google platform is sufficient, right? And now let me show you this chatbot in action, right? So that you are able to relate to whatever I spoke about as of now. Okay, so let's hop on to this. Okay, this is the chatbot, and this is where interesting. So Hetal, my colleague, has just written to me @UMS. Now this is a test account. Oh, one more. Okay, what's up with Ajay? And she has also written, I got a new inquiry from Pratik Jain for Indietel. Okay, now this is a simulation of your environment, right? So typically your people are on Google. So this is Google Chat, by the way. I'll quickly introduce Google Chat for people who don't know. This is the revamped version of Hangouts chat, which existed in your Gmail. In your Gmail interface, you used to have this chat. Now this is actually revamped, and this is the new interface for chat, wherein you have the bots, wherein you have the rooms, wherein you can actually have multiple people talking in those rooms, and you can actually have threads in each of your rooms, so that multiple conversations can be properly threaded, so on and so forth. So now Hetal says, I got a new inquiry from Pratik Jain, and let's say I am a very I don't want to miss anything, right? I'm a very for me, each of the inquiries cost like fairly high amount, right? So I will say @UMS Hangouts chatbot, right? And I will say, I will invoke the chatbot. I'll say hi, right? And the chatbot gets invoked, and the chatbot that I showed you, right? And it says, hi, UMS test, welcome to CRM bot. Please tell me how can I help you. Now, where are these options coming from? They are basically coming from this, right? These are the options, right? Whatever I just showed you. And automatically these options, and just to basically prove that to you also, let me add one more option, and let's say ask your custom question, right? And I can write whatever wherever it has to go to, but let's say I leave it for now. And this is the chatbot, and I again invoke it, and you will notice, by the way, the hi is the wake word for this. So you always have a wake word for any chatbots that you would ever deal with, right? So yeah, you saw that the fourth question got automatically added, and all I did to add that fourth question is edit this Google Sheet. That's how simple life can be, right? So now coming back to this, I say now the moment Hetal has, I realize that Hetal has a new sales inquiry. I want to actually add that new sales inquiry, right? And I do @UMS chatbot 1, right? So I'm selecting the 1 option. So I'm actually instructing the chatbot that, okay, I want to add a new sales opportunity, right? Let's see what it does. Now chatbot will now ask. So now notice that I'm not leaving the conversation. From within the conversation of Hetal, it is actually allowing me to also chat with my bot, right? So now it says, please add in the sales opportunity details in the following format. And we have actually made like a format for it: the opportunity name, contact name, organization name, so on and so forth. And let's say I have this format ready. I'll just, for the in the interest of time, I have actually this format ready. And all I've got to do is I need to just make sure that I put this. Now notice that your teams may not be in the office, right? Your teams may be on the go. And all of whatever I'm showing also happens from a mobile phones, okay? So you can actually do the same conversation. So let's say you get an inquiry on the field, and now you want to add that inquiry into your system. All you need to do is @UMS Hangouts chatbot, and you type in the inquiry. This is the inquiry and the parameters. And before I do that, I will quickly come to the sheet that actually has all of my opportunities, all of my sales leads. And now if you notice, the 110th row is actually empty. And the moment I actually hit this, you will realize that that row actually, you saw that row just popped in. Let me show that again to you for those who missed it, right? So you can actually, let me clear this. Okay, so I don't know why, I think I have only view only access. Never mind. So let me quickly log in, and there you go. So this is the sheet. So automatically the data gets added to the sheet, and again you can actually employ the RPA, or you can actually connect this sheet further to your CRM back through the API support. Either way, it's okay. But our chatbot basically interacts with Google Sheets, and Google Sheet becomes like your central database of, or maybe an interim database in case you use your CRM or ERP or whatever. But if you don't use CRM, you can at least use the Google Sheet to be able to do a lot of things, right? So this is the data, and so let me quickly clear this. Any questions, feel free to add in the comments, and I'll be happy to take that. We will have, I think, some time to address them. So it says, do you want to add another? I say yes. And actually, I have deleted that that row now. So that is what we will see. Okay, at the rate UMS chatbot. Yes. Okay. And now it will again put in the same, and I do at the rate UMS Hangout chatbot. And there you go. So now notice that the 110th row automatically gets fit, right? So on the field or anywhere you are, you can actually ask your bot to do work for you. That is amazing, right? Now this is one part of the story. Now let me show you the machine learning capabilities also that we have actually built onto this. So let's say within the conversation, let's say, like Hetal is asking me about this, right? And this is also very common, right? What's up with Ajay? Now Ajay is one of our opportunity, one of the sales deal that we were actually talking to. What's up with him is what Hetal is asking. Now, I don't know the status, to be very honest, but I have a very smart bot, right? And I can actually ask questions to my bot, and I can actually, instead of doing here at the rate, I can directly get that question asked onto the bot also, because here then it is all publicly seen, right? Whatever I do is publicly seen here, whereas this is like my private chat with the bot, right? So I do hi, and I don't need to now type at the rate because I'm directly talking to the chatbot itself. And again, the 4 options are presented, and now I'll choose this ask your own question. And now this is where we actually put in a lot of machine learning, the NLP that actually kicks in, where I can actually ask any sort of questions onto my database. That is this, right? My the chatbot POC, this sheet. I can actually ask any sort of questions onto this sheet. For example, let me ask a question like Ajay's details. Okay. Now I'm typing in English, and I can type this in variety of fashions, right? And I will actually show you that also. Let's say I do Ajay's details, right? So it actually understands that Ajay is a name, and it actually searches into this contact name, and it will actually, get me the details for Ajay, right? And there you go. So it has actually given me the details. Here are the details for Ajay Agrawal, opportunity notes. These are the notes. He was interested in chatbot builder, and we need to send proposal, and the amount was this, status was this, whatever, right? Now these are all some random data. Do you have any other question? Yes, I do. Let's say, and now let's say I ask something more, something different, right? So let's say I do get me. Now the same question can be asked in different manner, right? And that is what I want to show, that the bot actually can talk to you in English. It understands the meaning, it understands the intention behind what you are asking, and that is where, and I can do get me details, I can do fetch me details, I can do let me know, I can do anything, right? I can ask any different variations of the same meaning sentence and actually understands the meaning of the sentence and accordingly works, right? So let me know lead details for Ajay. Okay, I type in this, and what should I expect? So it is giving me the same answer, right? Whatever it gave. So it understands that Ajay's details is equal to let me know lead details for Ajay. Okay. Now let me ask something else, right? So let me ask get me let's say notes or opportunity notes for Ajay. Right? So it actually understands that I'm talking about notes for Ajay. So now it's only giving me that column. Okay. So it's not throwing up all the other columns. Now it is intelligent enough to understand that I need only notes. So it is giving me only notes, right? And like this, I can like ask all possible questions on this set of data, right? Like I can ask maybe the amount, for instance, right? So let me know the amount for Ajay. Or maybe not Ajay. Let's say I want to change the name. Maybe you may say you choose any name. Okay, here maybe Rajiv, maybe Monica. You choose any name. Rahul, Samir, any name that comes to your mind. Let's say let's say I don't even know the full name. Okay, let's say I do Moni. Okay, let's say I don't know the full name, right? And let's see if the bot understands this. Okay. Perfect. So it actually did, right? So it says the deal amount for Monica Gupta is 2 lakh rupees, right? So like this, the bot is actually very smart. And just like, you would have a person who will answer to you when you ask questions, the bot is going to answer all of your questions intelligently, right? And all you need to do is, of course, there is, I would not say this is foolproof. There will be some situations where the bot will not understand something, but then that is where you need to train the bot, just like you train a human being to understand, make sense of what is deal amount, what is this, what is that, right? So just in the same manner, you need to actually train your bot, and once you train it, this will be your most loyal employee, right? Doesn't ask for appraisals, doesn't complain about things, right? Doesn't you don't need to worry about the attrition, you don't need to worry about all of those hassles around the people management are now like completely gone, right? When you have like automated these systems. So this is what I had to show, and the chatbot facility is so awesome, and you can actually integrate this with your ERP system, your CRM, or any other system that you would ever have. And we have ways. We actually showed you how to get that data out of your legacy systems into Google Sheets, also even without API support. And once in Google Sheet, then we have the entire magic, the entire machine learning capabilities of G Suite put to your good use, right? I hope you find this interesting. And what I will quickly show you is, the fact that, like our chatbot builder, can actually go into different menus. So if you notice, like whenever I do yes, it actually goes here, selects yes from this menu. This yes, and this goes to menu 1.3, and that's how it hops onto menu 1.3. So it goes in a loop. So from 1.3 it goes to 1.3.1, and if you select yes, it again comes to 1.3, like that. So you can, all of this is customizable. If you want to add more menus, you can just add more sheets onto this, and this chatbot builder just works like amazing, right? Like a breeze. So this is what I had to show, and if the time permits, or if you have any questions, happy to take them. I think we have about 20 minutes left. Right before that, I will also like to quickly show you, since we have more time, I will quickly show you DataStudio, which is also actually an amazing analytics tool built into G Suite as a product. Something that a lot of businesses aren't aware of is that the Google DataStudio is also part of G Suite, and GCP, the Google stack. And what is so amazing about DataStudio is it's a very quick, easy way to build interactive reports, and that is where the DataStudio comes in very handy. I'm happy to take any questions. Meanwhile, now these are all extra topics. Okay, I hope yeah. So I hope you like all of whatever I showed. I'm seeing great comments here flowing in the list, and please add your questions. Happy to take. A lot of people are saying amazing, awesome, great. And while this DataStudio is loading up, I'm actually most loyal employee. Yes, Paresh, absolutely. This chatbot is going to be our most loyal employee, and it is going to and by the way, we are not like taking away jobs from employee, right? What we are saying is upgrade them, right? Give them amazing tools like these and let them do something more quality work, right? Why do you ask a person कि यार मेरे को इसका status बता, मेरे को इसका amount बता, मेरे को इसका tell me this about that, etc., etc. It's wasting their time, right? Even as a business owner, if you really analyze, you are actually wasting your employees' time by asking them such redundant questions, right? Anyone can do that. It's just looking up in the database, right? In your system. Why do you want to do that? Rather, give them some AI ML tools like these. Give them, tell them to make such awesome reports for you, right? These things will actually enable businesses to actually outperform, and that is where our punchline is. With G Suite, you can actually reduce your technology spends to 1/3, right? So that is 2/3 savings, and you can actually increase the productivity by 10 times, right? Because now you are actually equipping your people with such amazing tools which actually do all of the weightlifting for you. You don't need to worry about all of those manual work that maybe you must be doing today, and so much can be automated. A and B, everything on cloud. That itself now completely removes the entire layer of you having an amazing 1 lakh rupee laptop, like open a lot of legacy applications which choke up your RAM, your processor, etc., etc. All of that is now gone. No servers required. Everything on the cloud. Everything is serverless, right? From a business perspective, because you do your business, right? Let Google handle all of the technology parts of your business. Why do you want to actually put in your own servers, handle all of the security, make sure it is powered up all the time, make sure it has the internet connection, make sure everything is done so that you are at the end productive. And what you realize at the end is you are actually just doing a technology work, right? But that's not your main business. Maybe you must be doing a logistics business, maybe you must be in education, maybe you must be in manufacturing, right? Focus on what you do the best. Leave the rest to Google. That is what we highly recommend for businesses who are not tech oriented, right? If you are actually a tech oriented business, maybe yes, it may make sense for you to have servers. But even then, when you actually analyze the cost of putting your own server versus leveraging a Google Cloud platform, you will always, we can actually prove to you on paper that your cost will become 1/3, right? We can actually do that exercise on a 3 years, 5 years landscape, and we call it a total cost of ownership exercise. And we can actually show that the cost of your technology can actually go down go down to almost 1/3. And of course, when you equip such modern tools, the AI ML facilities, tools, whatever I showed, the chatbots, the chatbot builder, all of this to your people, they become smart, right? They become more innovative. You are naturally utilizing them to the fullest of their capacity. You're naturally ensuring more productivity within your organization. So that's what it is. Now coming back to DataStudio, this is nothing but your very good graph or report building tool, and it's interactive, so I can select different ranges and the graph kind of changes. I'll show that later. And you have paginations in different reports, so you have different pages. So I'm seeing one comment here. Smith Jetwa is writing, is there any good resource or scripts? We need to code that, right? We need to code that, yes, right away, absolutely. And there is a lot of material on the Google developer page. You can definitely have a look at that. And you can also reach out to us, because a lot of this is already coded and we are offering this free of cost. So you can maybe, you might want to leverage our chatbot builder instead of like doing all of the heavy lifting in case you are a business. Yeah. So coming back to this, the DataStudio actually can analyze your data across various channels, across various systems, maybe your ERP, CRM, your BigQuery, your Facebook, analytics, AdWords, whatever it is, you can actually slice and dice your data like you cannot imagine, right? So for example, this is now another report. So all of this, by the way, is on the same data. All of these reports are on the same data. And now you can actually, so this is basically different store data and all of the stores, how they are performing in terms of revenue, cost, and profit. And I can actually select, maybe only these stores, and the entire report now, changes such that it shows the cumulative revenue, cost, and profit only for those stores, right? So this is a great analytics or interactive reporting tool, and I can choose the date, etc., to further drill down into this. And it has a lot of different use cases. Typically, from a CXO C-suite standpoint, this makes a lot of sense, right? Because at the head, at the apex of your business, you want to actually have like a macro level view, not really a micro level view. That this is where we say that, once you have all of your systems integrated together, you can actually further analyze the data through DataStudio. And now let me quickly show you something around the DataStudio, and that is the fact that you can actually connect so many sources, right? So I will quickly show you the different sources of DataStudio that exists. Okay, so one question that I see while this is loading up is, it's by Paresh Chitnis. He says, Shashank, how affordable or costly it is for small businesses? Okay, it now depends, right, on what you want to do. But from a technology perspective, it's not very expensive, but depends if you want to actually do, like, what work do you want to do, right? Depends on that to answer your question. But like the chatbot that I showed, this one is like completely free. But if you were to make like a CRM bot, etc., it will not cost like more than, I would say, it shouldn't cost like under a lakh for sure. So I mean, if that helps answer your question. So yeah, but yeah, so in terms of Indian rupees, I'm saying, but yeah, it's not very difficult now that we have a lot of work done already on top of it. So but yeah, for perhaps a new company around the corner, who has not done a lot of work, for them the cost will obviously be higher because they have not done a lot of work around this. But yeah, since we specialize in this, our transactional cost is actually very less. So yeah, so coming to the DataStudio, what all you can actually connect is analytics, Google Ads, Google Sheets, BigQuery, file upload, campaign manager, Cloud Spanner, Cloud SQL for MySQL, PostgreSQL, everything you can actually connect. MySQL data you can actually connect onto DataStudio, and like this you can actually build interactive reports using DataStudio very easily, right? And all of these sources are at your disposal. There are a lot of partner connectors also, and you can actually build your own also if you like. And you can actually directly connect your CRM or ERP or whatever HRMS or whatever you have into DataStudio. So yes, that's what DataStudio is. And like I showed you, all of the charts, etc., are like right here, the scorecards, the bar, the pie, geomap, everything, all possibilities are right here. All you need to do is connect the data to DataStudio and then slice and dice it. And amazing business use cases, and we work across the board with so many businesses who love this, right? Who love the entire Google ecosystem, because this is a new way of working, guys. This is how you can actually transform your business. This is how you can actually take it to the next level. And a lot of people have found it immensely useful, and definitely have resulted into a lot of amazing value additions to a lot of businesses. So okay, so I'm getting great feedbacks here. Feedback from Rohit. He says the chatbot is a game changer for most HR and admin people who have to answer so many general queries every day. Absolutely, you are 100% correct. In fact, if we have time, I can like actually make a quick chatbot around that also. For example, I add in the fourth question as what is my leave policy? Okay, now this is just one sample question. I'm doing it right now, and I do menu 1.4, and I just create like a copy of this, and yeah, I just duplicate this and yeah, rename. By the way, the bot doesn't even ask for holidays. So, yeah. So what is my leave policy? Okay, let's say I'll just yeah, the question the so once you have this, you need to actually reply with the so although this reply will actually now go in your question, so you'll say maybe let's say 20 leaves per day, right? At a very high level, I'm just throwing up something, and then you can say what do you want to do next? Right? And you can say go to main menu or exit, right? In case it does main menu, that will be menu 1, and exit will be this menu thank you. Hola, it's done. Let's quickly come on to this and let's quickly check our chatbot, right? And typically, let's say as a human being, I just do this and do invoke it. Basically, wake command is hi, like I said, and yeah, and now the fourth option has come up. What's my leave policy? And I do 4, and let's see, does it answer correctly? Yeah, 20 leaves per day. What do you want to do next? Go to main menu, exit, right? And I can actually, let's say I do exit, okay? Then it actually will throw me out and it will just say thank you and we're on, right? So that's how easy it is, guys, to make this. And we offer this free of cost to any business, and happy to collaborate with you and look forward to what great thing you can actually build with this amazing chatbot builder that we have on top of Google Sheets. All you need to know to build your chatbots today with UMS is Google Sheets. That's it. So yes, I'm seeing great more comments. Hello, Shashank sir. Do students can work on making chatbots without business background? Absolutely yes. All of this is open technology. I'm just checking if there is any question here, but I think more or less we are done. I hope this session was useful and interesting. I hope you learned a new and a better way to manage your business today. And I would love to hear different use cases that you would actually have with all of these technologies at your disposal right now, today, right? This is not something of the future that I'm showing. This is today, okay, guys? Today you can actually do this. So how we can make more interactive using G Suite, particularly for students, a lot of use cases. Let's get talking. Use Gmail, but not AI ML capabilities. Okay, so Rohit is saying that he has used Gmail, but he has not used AI ML capabilities. And robots also kind of API only. Okay, Mayank says robots are also kind of API. Well, yeah, you can say that in the manner in which we have actually built it. You can say that they are actually replacing API, but at the end, they are not. There is no like a REST or a SOAP web service that one has coded, right? So from that perspective, but yeah, in general terms, you can say that it is also doing the work of API. Yeah, you can train APIs to get called automatically. You are right, Mayank. You can actually get, train APIs to get called automatically. That's not a problem. But I am talking of a situation where you actually don't have any API support, right? From a legacy system. Let's say you want to actually integrate maybe a very, very on-premise POS system, right? A point of sale system, which has no connectivity interface. Then you will have to use something like RPA. And people will blindly use it without understanding. So making anything custom will troublesome. Okay. Yeah, but AI and ML actually making people lazy. Well, I would say they are making people more productive because you don't need to worry about the mundane tasks. It's not making people lazy. It's actually allowing them to focus on greater and better things, right? So that's what it is. Great. It's simple to make and very useful. Okay. Machine learning is the game changer. Awesome chatbot UMS. Yes. Perfect. I think I have covered almost all of that. Can we share this video? Yes, absolutely. Feel free to share this video. And yeah, I hope all of your questions are now answered. I'm checking the the comments section. It's filled up with amazing comments. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for your valuable participation. I hope this session was useful and interesting. Thank you.
Yeah, so Shashank, it was absolutely an amazing session, and I guess people had too much fun, and it was very exciting. Is there anything else that you would like to share? I guess you are too much like enthusiastic about chatbots and this kind of thing. So, are there some awesome stories around that revolves around your career in making chatbots and this kind of integration for issues or any other platform? So, are there any interesting stories that you'd like to share?
All I can say is that like we have done total cost of ownerships across the board for like very large companies, and like one of the companies that we actually dealt with had like about when they were actually exploring doing things in the traditional manner on the the so-called the Microsoft ecosystem, right, wherein you have like everything of Microsoft, like your Microsoft Office, your Microsoft Windows. Nothing wrong there. All I'm saying is this is one story that I'm sharing. They actually evaluated the Microsoft ecosystem, and they actually realized that their cost was coming to about 4 crore, right? When they actually evaluated, I'm talking of an organization of the scale of like about 2,500 knowledge workers and about 12,000 employees overall. So by knowledge workers, I mean people who actually work on the desk, and 2,500 is what are the people who are actually working on the desk. So they had to worry about their Microsoft licensing, and of course it's so complex, like nobody understands Microsoft licensing. At least I've never understood. There are like so many different versions, same product, right? And when they actually did the total cost of ownership across all of the heads, including antivirus, by the way, because you will need an antivirus, right? If you are actually doing things locally, you would actually need an antivirus also, right? Whereas if you do completely on the cloud, then how does it matter? This is a dumb terminal, right? I just use it to access data from the cloud, right? So when they put together their antivirus cost, their OS cost, Microsoft Office cost, their hardware cost, their firewall cost, all of the costs had put together, it was coming to somewhere around 4 crore. And when they actually did the same exercise with Google ecosystem, right, you will not believe the cost savings, right? It actually came down to 1.34 CR.
Oh, that is a huge amount of saying that any businessman will surely want.
Absolutely right. So from 4 crore straight away to 1.34 CR, and this is what we call huge technology saving. This is what we say, and plus moreover, they actually took this as an opportunity to change the entire culture of their organization. They literally uninstalled Microsoft Office from the systems because whatever reasons, right? But yeah, in the Google world, it's like one single license, one single switch, one single system to integrate pretty much anything and everything.
And I guess with Anthos coming up in the future, I guess you can not like it will be very easier to get connected with other cloud providers as well, like Azure.
Absolutely.
So the
Anthos has now actually been extended to the other cloud providers, and now Google has become much more compatible with the other cloud providers also. So yeah, lift and shift has become definitely very very easy. But I'm not really talking just about the server migrations or server part, but I'm just talking about the everyday user also, right? How his life actually transforms, and how suddenly he's like, okay, मेरा 10 घंटे का काम अभी 1 घंटे में हो रहा है. Wow, right? So that's like 9 hours of saving. So I did not even factor that, by the way, when I did that. When we did that total cost of ownership exercise, 1.34 CR is only the technology spent. On top of it, the productivity increase of the employees, the amount of man hours that we did were like exponential. So yes, so a lot of organizations take this as a good cultural change across their organization, where the entire culture is focused on communication. The entire focus, the focus is on transparency. The focus is on innovation. The focus is on more productivity, collaboration between the teams. So that's the beauty of these solutions. Kushan.
Yeah. So we have a question from Bhushan Mahajan, that is, can I use the chatbot in our local business area?
Yes, of course. You can. So there are 2 points to this. One is the Google Chat can work anywhere in the globe. There is no doubt. However, you'll need to have the G Suite account, right? So you'll have to. The Google chatbot actually works only within your organization as of now. But the chatbot builder that we have can actually connect to even WhatsApp or other communication channels. We also can actually do voice bots. So like you can actually ask questions on an IVR, and we can actually do voice bots also. But what I'm trying to say is, yes, you can absolutely connect it to any system. Take it locally, take it globally. It's all yours. Do whatever you want to.
Yeah, I guess that's the beauty of Google ecosystem. Like when it comes to NLP, it doesn't matter is it text, is it chat, or like is it voice? It doesn't matter. They do flawless NLP, and it's almost accurate every time. I have tried some other solution, but I didn't had good luck with them.
Mark,
As
you know why it is so accurate? Do you know why it is so accurate? For a simple reason,
uh,
that Google has the largest data set on the planet, right? For obvious reasons. We all
yeah,
do Google search, we all do Gmail, right? All of this data is actually analyzed by their machines, and their machines become like more trained to understand the sentences, understand the meaning of these sentences in a far better manner. Hence, I have no doubts that in this entire race of AI/ML, Google is going to be definitely more successful because of a simple reason that they have the largest data sets available on the planet.
yeah. So I guess we are at the end of our stream.
Yeah.
So like it was very awesome session from you, and like I really enjoyed it. I generally like I have tried AppScript once, but I didn't knew it can be like working with it can be this amazing and exciting, right? So one more thing that I'd like to share with our audience is that on next week, GDG Nagpur is hosting this stream, and there are some amazing topics that we have planned. I guess there is something in the works about 5G as well, and how you can work with Google Cloud and 5G and etc. And like if you enjoyed this session, please like, share, and subscribe. If you have any feedback, if you require any content from Shashank and any of us, if you like to get any help, we are planning to host Code Jam sessions in upcoming weeks. And besides that, it will be kind of a Google Meet situation where some experts will be there, and you might be taking about guided view of some GCP features, or it might be we might be building something interesting with Google Cloud. And there is one more amazing announcement that is not yet confirmed, right? But we'll be doing Google Cloud Heroes Challenge, and winners of that might get a sponsored certification. So more details on that will be in the next week's stream. So if you want to get certification, if we are able to procure it, we will share more details about it in the next stream. So be sure that you subscribe to our channel. And if you have any question, feel free to reach out to us, post it in comments. And if you want any resources, we can, like Shashank can easily post it over the comments. So thank you so much for tuning in, and see you next week.
Thank you.
Yeah.